Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to Legends of Six Major 4 in Columbus, Ohio. I mean, I am excited for this next match. Actually, not our last match. There will be one more after this, which will be a losers match. But my last match for the day, and the last match of winners for today. Winners quarterfinal. We have Destro Gaming versus Speedy White Men. I mean, this is a all-star matchup. I mean, this is an absolute banger of a series. We have a look at the bracket here. We saw Speedy White Men went 3-0. Actually, all 3-0s across the board. Kind of crazy. But we now have Speedy White Men versus Destro Gaming, which is a massive, massive matchup. Talk me through it, Matt.
I mean, it's like you said, the all-star matchup of the day, and really a matchup when we were looking into that bottom side of the bracket, one of these two teams kind of poised to make a deep run in this tournament. You talk about MVP type rosters. Well, here it is. Delo, Adam Savage, Stu, and Stewie taking on Careful, Phantoms, Choco, and Conwa. These are all names that we have got to know very well throughout the challengers, the LAN scene, really much any of amateur Call of Duty. If you've been paying attention, you know these names. And I think we talked about it a little bit in the pre-game. This is one we could see going the full distance.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you've got the likes of Adam Savage on that team. He has been an absolute threat for them. You've got the likes of Conway. You've got Phantoms. I mean, man, what a squad. What a squad from Speedy White Men. What a squad from Destro. Stu and Stewie have also been having their moments. I mean, you pick anyone from that team. It's mental. From either of those teams, sorry. But to start things off, a bit different this time. 6-star? Invasion, Karachi, High Rise. A 6-star to kick things off is going to be very, very interesting. I think we've seen this matchup before in the last, in one of the last majors that I casted. And I believe Speedy White Men might have come out on top. Do not quote me on that, but yeah, I'm going to be looking at Speedy White Men here for the map number 1. Could be wrong. I think it's going to be very even, regardless. But without further ado, let's get things started. 6-star hardpoint, map number 1 here. Winners quarterfinal, Destro Gaming versus Speedy White Men.
Yeah, and a map that we know exactly what we're about to get. A lot of headbutts, a lot of rivals, and a lot of early rotations to these hills. This is going to be a quick and fast one. Both these teams kind of electing to throw the strats out the window. Let's just see who wants this thing more right out of the gate. As you said, Destro Gaming versus Speedy White Men, the matchup of the day. MVP-like rosters taking on each other, and already fights for P1, starting nades and stuns, lighting it up as we are underway. And already Speedy White Men starting to garner some of this early hill time, but already working their way through the backside of view is Destro Gaming able to collect the 2-piece. Delo does get taken down, but not before he takes a few players with him. Destro Gaming not quite able to come on top of the trade battles, but you do have those good spawns for the P2 side. So a good start here for the side of Destro Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, that just comes through immediately for Speedy White Men. Phantoms, big 3-piece. Now you see the trades going back and forth. I like LeBronwa instead of Conwa. That's the name of an all-timer right there. But look at Destro getting on in, looking to try and get some of the scrap time. You've got a little bit more time on P1, looking to try and get towards P2. Spawns in the side of Destro. Looking to try and lock this in as they try and push the pace towards it. But Stewie flies on out, looking to try and get some value. Does get careful, looking for one more, maybe potentially in the pool, trying to swim for his life. Not enough. LeBron in the back, able to get it done.
Choco trying to work for another kill as well through the water, but it is Destro Gaming locking down this early hill time. They've got a good setup around this hill, up to the Speedy White Men to try to find a break on in. The 2-for-1 trade is Delo going to be doing work around through the outside as Speedy White Men have found their way in, but only for a second as 3 kills in the feed for Destro come through. Speedy White Men now onto the reset, one last hit through the back, and that is LeBron getting taken down.
Big kills coming through from the side of Destro, able to find a lot of value here in this P2. And we have, I just realized, Delo EST and Delo CST, which is just, yeah, if my brain's not mush enough being 10 a.m. without any sleep, we've got Stu and Stewie and Delo CST and Delo EST. So, yeah, look, I'm just chalk it up, really. Going on to P3, though. Speedy White Men, full setup, looking to try and come in. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I hate being Australian.
Hey.
Keep going.
Look, we're battling in adversity, and right now, Speedy Whiteman battling some adversity as well. They find the break on in that they need. Started garnering some of this time, is down just about 20 points as Lo6, Adam Savage, tries to work his way around through the back, trying to line up a couple of kills with the MCW, but nothing landing so far. This has been a great heal for the Speedy Whiteman to take over as Choco and Phantom's going to combine for 2. Careful with the third. Stewie, the last one up, able to do a bit of damage with the 2-piece, but he is shut down, traded out, and that is Speedy Whiteman with the majority of this hill and the lead change on in, at least for the moment. But it is Destro Gaming looking to reapply the pressure, looking to re-break their way on into this. But this has been all a Speedy Whiteman here on the Speed 3.
Well, you see Speedy Whiteman lighting up that kill feed, finally grabbing the money hill that they needed. This is a bit of a form of Speedy Whiteman that we expected to see coming into this. Now, this new hill online. Phantom's looking to try and post up, looking to try and have some sort of value. Maybe, but not quite. Careful of Phantoms getting dropped. LeBron, aka Conwa, gonna fall, and that's a 4 down for Destro Gaming with a nice break.
And a much needed break as well, but the Speedy Whiteman, Speedy right back into the hill here as the pressure now starts to amount. Careful, already going to find that first one out of sight onto him as LeBron now with the flank, potentially able to find 2. Absolutely, LeBron mid-range jumper, absolute class, but it will be Stewie. 2 right back into the hill there, but he is traded as well. Speedy Whiteman able to regain hold on to this lead, but it is a very tight and close contested game, and already we see these 4 quick hard points over in a flash. Only 17 seconds left with this first set of rotations.
Yeah, Destro needed this time badly. They're able to get some in, but not quite. Not against the might of Conwa there with the sub. Now it's Adam Savage up in the point with the AR, looking to try and get something done. Choco with a nice round, though, will completely break this hill by himself. And now you get over towards P1. Nice little short rotations. That's what we get with 6-star. Stewie tries to play his life, not quite the second. P2 spawn still in the hands of Destro. Might be something to keep in the back of your minds as P1 starts to get active.
Adam Savage tries to find a couple of kills, but it's absolute pinstripe pandemonium in the feed. Kills going every which way right now. White Hill time as the moment. The Speedy Whiteman going to be able to try to get their way on in. Stewie, nice try to get the kill, but not going to happen. Shut down there, and the 3-for-1 trade. Stu, the last man up, able to take 2 with him, but immediately traded, and that'll be Speedy Whiteman again, winning the inevitable trade battles that ensue. And I mean, Narski, it's just kind of in the name of the game is these 4-for-2 trades that are happening around the hill, where Speedy Whiteman are just able to completely clean house. And you look at that lead advantage now. Destro Gaming able to hold on to those P2 spawns, but only for the moment as kills are starting to amount around the point.
These are massive picks coming through. Only one for Delo. Stewie now in the sights of Phantoms. Big kill for him. He's able to get the 4 streak online, looking for one more. Stu looking to try and take him down. 4 streak for Phantoms. This could be a very, very big threat for Destro. Maybe not the most value you can get out of a cruise on this map. Phantoms getting one more for himself. He's able to go on the 5. LeBron with the help, but not quite enough to save Phantoms from losing that streak. But now P2 getting soaked up by Speedy Whiteman. Full 20 so far. This was Destro's point. This was their spawns. This was their hold. But now starting to crumble against them. Choco only able to find 1. And finally the re-break comes on in. But maybe too little too late. A lot of damage been done.
I was about to say, I mean, that's just late on that re-break. Speedy Whiteman now up 135 to 82. You still have these back spawns to fight for the scrap, so maybe one last push here in for the Speedy Whiteman as they do elect to 3-heat around the pool. Seemingly having the information on there. Trade not going to come quite through, but that will be the scrap time in your back pocket. And Narski, all of a sudden, what was about a 90 to 80 game on that last set of rotations, 145 to 85, and the Speedy Whiteman absolutely in takeover mode through the first 2 hills of the second rotos.
Careful. Coming on, trying to get the break. Gets 1, not quite the second. Stu and Hello working in tandem. Ooh. Try and get things done. Shots going out. Finally, a 4 down comes through. And a nice little hold from Destro so far. Very difficult to try and break on into this hill. Still Speedy Whiteman have to try and approach. Good wallbangs coming in. Actually shooting the trophy system there. Not quite the kill he needed. A TK comes in. Phantom's able to get 1 more. And finally, a break comes in for Speedy Whiteman, and they're able to soak up a bit of this time. Even this scrap is deadly for Destro at this point. You can't really afford to give up most of this time. Stu still trying to stay alive on the point. Able to get 1. This trade is good. So some scrap will be good for Destro, but still very, very difficult. We're going to see how Speedy Whiteman are going to be handling this as they continue to accrue this lead. We're going to hear how their comms are with a quick listen in.
Nice. We might go longer quick.
We don't need this, yeah.
I think he went mid. There's two front hold. Leave him. Go new. Just play against it.
One time.
I spawn out. I can pitch waterfall.
Yeah, you're good.
I can pitch office.
Middle then. No one
Hit bottom on time.
You. You know one time and then you.
One shot time and you.
That's okay. One more time. Stay alive.
I am. I threw tax. I'm gonna go low. No, I couldn't get out.
I need him on time. He's one shot.
Yep, I need it.
Let me go straight. One to you now.
You're right.
Yep, good.
You.
I'm stunned close.
Left side statue dead.
I need it first try.
Nice. Lay down. Just get time. Lay down. They're gonna be their side. Coming over you.
I'm naded. I'm one shot. I'm trying to juke it.
I stun over you. One long.
I'm trying to play their side. I'm trying to
Might
play
go
their
bottom. No, deep long.
pinch. Someone look our half.
I'm watching pinch. I have it. He's their side. He jumped up. Dead. Double again long.
He's not challenging. Dead. Don't say anything
I
else.
told you.
Here.
Wow, and very intense comms coming in from Speedy White Men, but not really needed. I mean, they are 200 points up. Pretty crazy, man. Matt might be muted. Not really sure. Bit of dead air. We're going to continue going. We'll see if he can find his mic. Find out what he's doing. For me, I'll take the reins. I'll take the reins here as he comes back. But yeah, P1 is back online. Destro able to get on in. Able to find a bit of this time as they try and bring themselves back into the game. This is some massive hill time that you can have. Speedy White Men trying to grab as much scrap as they can. Each point now going to be so deadly for Destro. And such a difficult situation to be in.
Yeah, and I mean, this has been a huge hill for Destro cutting in this league. May have cut my mic cord out for a second, but we're back. Narski, Speedy Whiteman trying to find their way back into the front side of this hill. Not going to be able to do it. It's going to be a 3 down, 1 last nade to take you off old, but it's Destro Gaming already set up for this P2. They've been absolutely stellar on these P2 rotations. The whole, not as well on the last one, but now with the firm side here for Destro Gaming, trying to lock in some of this time, bring this lead back.
You got a lot of points on the board if you're Destro on that P1. Now on the P2, you've done the hard work, but the Mount Man's starting to get paid. Conway in the back looking to try and flip the spawns. He's trying to play his life, but the rest of the cavalry is in. Stu, though, with 3. Massive. Keeps him alive. Forced Destro. We missed it, but it doesn't matter what happened. 3 drop due to 1 player, and that is a massive play for Destro. They stay alive here on the P2, but now it's going to be Conway yet again. They keep trying to harass this point. They're not allowing Destro to breathe. Now the rotation is starting to come through. It's all up to Careful. He's going to try and play his life as best he can. He finds 1. Not even Stu is shooting laser beams right now with this AR. He's found 3. He's finding crucial kills in the back. Stewie, his counterparts coming in. He's got so much value, and Destro starting to turn this map on its head.
I mean, on the age streak right now for Stu. Cruise missile has been secured in the back pocket. All of a sudden, Speedy Whiteman firmly in the driver's seat has had it flipped upside down. Destro Gaming now in the lead and with the chance to win it here on this P3. LeBronwa tries to find a kill as well as Phantoms for a 2 dead. Now tries to force the issue. Careful, does get traded out but finds 1. You're going to be able to work yourself into this hill. Speedy Whiteman, stop the bleeding. Destro Gaming cleared out for now. Not enough time to win it for Destro Gaming, or rather for Speedy Whiteman. Gonna have to be done on the next hill here, Darsky, but this one coming down to the wire.
I mean, this is a nail biter if you've ever seen one. Careful, able to find 2. Choco with a 2-piece of himself as well. Massive kills from Speedy White Men. That is a 4 down. Now coming in, you've got Speedy White Men on the back foot. Destro have done so much to get themselves back in it. It could all be for nothing as they try and set up towards new. Careful, 1 in the back. This is a freebie, so you're going to be played down. Never mind, Dello snaps around. You've got Conwa now pushed up. What is happening? This is absolute pandemonium on this point, and no one getting the time. Finally, Phantom's in. Timmy trying to get some work done. LeBronwa from up top able to find 2. Wow.
Yeah, back and forth we go, but Speedy Whiteman now in control, 232 and counting. It's going to be 1 last push for Destro. They have got to find a way into this hill. Stewie, peek around, going to be able to find the first. Now the pressure is starting to ensue from the front side of this hill, but Destro Gaming nades over the top. LeBronwa able to find 1, but immediately traded back. Contested hill, back and forth we go. Careful on the hill. Phantoms with the nade over the top, going to be good for that, but Destro Gaming finds their way back in and survives. 20 seconds left on the hill, not able to win it here. Both teams starting to look look towards this P1. Maybe one last break in from the side of Speedy Whiteman. Can they find the kills that needed? Not going to be enough time. Going to have to back off and play for this P1. 241. Going to get right about that 248 mark to 239. Speedy Whiteman have to do it here on this P1.
P1 back online. Speedy Whiteman have had success. Anyone can win it. The streak drops down, but it gets a TK along with it. Stu with some nice shots gets on in. Destro are able to find it. What a crumble at the end of that hard point. Speedy Whiteman had it. They had it in the bag, and that streak from up top might have costed them. Just took down a few too many plays. Even though there was one of their own team, it wasn't enough. Careful losing the gunfight. And Stu finds himself in. What an anticlimactic way to end it, but still, crazy, crazy stuff. Wow, what a map to kick things off. We said this series was going to be close, and we were right. Map number 1 already an absolute screamer.
Yeah, going all the way down to the wire, 250 to 239. Destro Gaming with over an 80-point comeback. I mean, Narski, they're down about 200 to 120 at one point on that map. Speedy Whiteman looked to be in complete control. From then on out, only 39 points accrued. I mean, absolute turnaround from Destro Gaming to lock in there and really kind of steal that first map away. You head into an invasion, search, and destroy. We talk about kind of the slow down pace of that map, and it just kind of completely changes the feel of this series, right? Especially for the mentals of the Speedy Whiteman.
Yeah, I mean, look, Speedy Whiteman on the Search and Destroy was their weaker game mode, but I've seen some good stuff out of them recently. So, look, I don't know. Invasion, Search and Destroy, they're pretty good at it. Destro, also a pretty good Search and Destroy team. Again, it's just going to be neck and neck. I can say all I want about it, but I can't avoid the real I guess, issue, which is the fact that both of these teams have the potential to win it at any moment. They're just so evenly matched. And I knew this coming into it, and we saw it there. We're going to see it here again on the Invasion. This could be an absolute screamer all the way to the end. I would not be surprised if we see a high-rise map 5 round 11. It could be absolutely insane. But going into an Invasion, we saw a lot of defensive success here on this map. We see it in the control, we see it in the search and destroy. The attacks are gonna be where you separate yourself for these teams. It's so easy to have the defensive wins, but it's all about finding the success on the attack, because it really is the difficult side and what makes or breaks these teams from winning these crucial rounds that separates them.
I mean, absolutely. And I think especially on an invasion, search, and destroy, you talk about the slowdown and the defense of what team can win that offensive round first. It's something you touched on for me, though. You see this map, we both kind of talked about this could go the distance. With Destro Gaming being able to have that mental fortitude to bring that back, if they can handle the slowdown and pace and able to put this map in the back pocket and go up 2-0, I mean, we could be looking at a completely different series with the way that Destro Gaming is playing right now. I mean, a little bit of slow start in that hard point, but I mean, Narski, once they got the gunnies going, once they started to get on top of those rotations, a completely different game that they were able to throw there at the Speedy Whiteman. And really how the Speedy Whiteman kind of handled it in that last situation, not the West you would hope for.
Yeah, and look, I mean, coming into a change of pace with the search and destroy, you've got to imagine that some of these, star players that can make these highlight plays are going to come to shine. This is a long-range map. I would not be surprised to see Careful and Phantoms shooting some absolute laser beams with that AR. You've also got Adam Savage, aka Lo6 in this match so far. Who's also a really solid AR and has had a lot of success on this map in the past. I'm going to be looking to them to see how they're going to play on the Invasion. Could be crucial players. Not a whole lot of potential for routing on this map, just due to the nature of it. But you can definitely see some of those subs like Conwa, like Stu, who can get in and find some of these crucial kills to create some sort of little upset where they can. But look, I mean, this is one of those maps where it could really toss up and be very different depending on how the team is on the day. A lot of these gunfights are very difficult. A lot of these power positions are very hard to get them out of. So you've really got to be shooting. And depending on how much these teams are warm and coming into it off that 6-star, you'd imagine pretty warm. It's going to be some pretty crazy gunfights that are going to have to happen, especially around that B side.
No, absolutely. And I love what you bring up there around that B side. And it's something that we see at the amateur level and the challenger scene, and even at the CDL level with this map throughout this year, is that B site is just favored so much percent of the time. And really, it's when those teams kind of elect to do those quick A hits to throw kind of the wrench in the plans of the defense that really switch things around on this map. So what I'm looking for, especially on the offensive sides for both of these teams, is that switch up, is hitting that A side quick, kind of forcing the issue, turning the round around on its head into a post-plant scenario that favors you a little bit more. We're kind of just seeing the same thing over and over again, at least from that first series. It's just B hit after B hit after B hit. Narski going to be interesting to see on the offensive side. What team likes to switch it up a little bit?
Well, let's have a look on this offense for Speedy White Men as we get into map number 2 for this series. Phantom still running that Slate Reflector. Man, that thing is ugly. Wow, still hasn't taken it off. But you know, I respect an old head. I mean, look, he's trying to really get the OG side, and some shots coming in from Conway as well. Able to not quite get the kill, but Dallo is going to be the first to strike. Careful falls. That's the first blood for Destro, and already a difficult attack starting to accrue for Speedy White Men.
Yeah, now you're trying to hit the rotation there on over to the A side, but you've got Dello EST kind of tucked away back in there, potentially with a gunfight coming up. LeBron as well, trying to work his way through. Choco going to be able to find that one, evens things up here for the side of the Speedy White Men. Still haven't got that bomb really directed towards either of these sites. Potentially wanted to work it way down B, but Stu kind of laying in wait around broken. 27 seconds left. You're going to have to force the issue here soon.
Yeah, you've really got to make a play here. 20 seconds left. The trade is good. Phantoms will drop, though. The bomb's still yet to go down. Conway, 16 seconds. Looking to try and go towards A. A nice nade over the top might stir things up. And Stewie able to find Conway. Now it's up to Choco. He's able to find one. Maybe looks for one more, but Stu just playing his life, trying to hide, not giving him an inch. And that will be the round, unfortunately, for Speedy White Men and Destro. Taking our round number 1 with a nice defense. Got a little bit dicey there towards the end, but nothing too worrisome. Already kicking things off well.
Yeah, not the cleanest of rounds we've seen, especially on the defensive side for Invasion, but you get the job done, you get the 1-0 lead, and you get yourself in the driver's seat early. The Speedy White Men now on the defensive side as we flip here. Destro Gaming looking to work this bomb, potentially. Gonna look to be it. Another B hit, Narski. I think now having to be what would be the 10th B hit in a row from these offensive sides we've seen so far on Invasion together.
Well, if they can get this offense, Destro are going to be looking very good for the rest of this map. I mean, they've had a great map number 1. Maybe Speedy White Man looking a little bit flustered here going into the map number 2. I was expecting a close match. We'll see if the defense can hold up for Speedy White Men, but so far, Destro looking really solid here in all facets. In the hard point, in this match, they can really string it together when it counts, when the crunch time happens. So Choco might be the first engagement here. Maybe gets the first blood. They haven't really decided on a site. Looking to maybe swing this towards A. Choco in a lot of pressure here. Does need to make a few kills. And they're just trying to bait him out, trying to get up close. Dallo with some nice shots, but the help is good. Phantoms and Conway. Choco getting in on the action. He drops, but Conway with 2. Phantoms a little bit slow on the trigger. Able to get it down to a 1 versus 2. Stu yet to get the bomb down. We'll see how this happens.
Just 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 trades happening. And now Stu, the only one left alive and the last one to fall, Speedy White Men. Again, a little dicey towards the end there, like you said, but I mean, both defenses holding strong here early. 1-1 apiece early on in this map number 2. And we talk about it. We both expected the series to go deep. We expected these rounds to be a little bit closer, and you're seeing it right here, even in the S&D, no matter how strong that defensive is. Just a lot of really strong players on both sides of the map here. And really kind of why this is kind of our showcase map, the one we were really looking to at least to cast the most, and already proven strong here early.
Offense now for Speedy White Men. So far, no offenses through.
Ooh.
See how this one goes. The trophy system early, but stun check does fine. Stu stops at least the cross, if only momentarily. They get the information. They're going straight towards A. You see there's one player. It's going to be number 8. The bomb straight towards this A site, sorry. As they try to get it. You can see those arrows starting to turn. Destro more than clued in. As they try and open up this site. It's going to be very difficult. Nade comes out, maybe gets his kill. Big car, but not enough to get the kill on him. Now, you just try and get this bomb down, and maybe you get something done, but wow, Dello.
Yeah, able to find the first one there, and it's a big first blood for the side of Destro Gaming. It is traded right back out by Phantoms. So 3v3 now situation for both of these teams. You should be able to get the bomb planted here, at least in a second. You go ahead and clear that person off the tank. You get a little bit better position. Stewie now from the backside here. A couple of nades out. Gonna take out LeBronwa as well. So bomb still not able to quite get planted yet. Now all of a sudden clock starts to become a factor. You have both of these players starting to loom around the map. Stewie and Stu, what can they do? You find one onto Phantoms, that's the start, but Choco now into the 1v2 position. You haven't been able to get this bomb planted, and now all of a sudden stuck between a rock and a hard place. Not enough time on the clock. Gotta make a play, but both of these players just gonna tuck themselves away. He will be able to find one onto Stewie, but not enough time to plant, not enough time to find the kill, and a beautiful 2v3 situation played from the side of Destro Gaming.
Wow, I mean, if we look at it, Destro Gaming able to find that defensive win yet again. It's just one of those maps, just back and forth and back and forth. You're just constantly going to have this trend. And as I said beforehand, it's who breaks that trend first that's really going to separate themselves. Once you start getting that 3-1, the 4-2s, you know, you're really getting that lead. It starts to become very difficult to try and bring that back because of how stock standard this map is and how tight-knit it is. You have these same strats, you try and, you know, switch it up, but Invasion just doesn't allow a lot of wiggle room. That's what we see in each and every one of these rounds. Now we go towards this B-side hit. The bomb is there. The rest of these players are too. It is a tight setup for Speedy White Men. The first kill might drop here as the engagements start to come in.
Dello gets some early tags on him, but gets out with his life there. Stuns and nades towards his direction, but Adam Savage able to find that first blood onto Phantom, so it gives Destro Gaming at least the man advantage here. But you gotta watch out for Chaco. He at least has the information on the one on the first slide. Careful, looking for one here around the tank area, but not still able to find one. And for the Speedy White Man, just not really able to even up the numbers game whatsoever, as Adam Savage has now found another player. It's the double push in through dark, through the fire, through the flames, and through the smoke, but not gonna be able to find any sort of success. Destro Gaming, 4 up and 4 down, taking a 3-1 lead here in map number 2, and then all of a sudden, Narski, after an incredible map 1 comeback, you take a heavy lead here early in this S&D. You start to think about it for the Speedy White Men. I mean, that 2-0 has to be looming in the back of your head.
Yeah, no, you are exactly right. I mean, that is one thing that can really start to play a factor when coming in. As I said, you separate yourself now, Destro, 3-1 up. It is going to be one of those things where you've lost map 1. You can't really afford to lose map 2. If anything, Search Destroy is Speedy White Man's weakest game mode, and we are seeing it here a little bit. The first blood already going towards Dello. This could be a 4-1 as well if you can string together this defense. So Destro could be in a very, very good position here for map number 2. And Speedy White Man could be, you know, on a bit of a... I don't want to say an upset, but could definitely be viewed in that sense. Destro may be the potentially slightly weaker team on paper.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anything, just kind of expecting this series to be a little bit more closer. Obviously, the map 1, very, very close, but Phantoms now evens things back up, but immediately traded by Adam Savage, and the trade games going the way of Destro Gaming once again. Stewie just playing Ring Around the Rosie with one up top, but I mean, he's so far out of positions for Phantoms here. LeBronwa drops across the map as well with the bomb, and now 1v3 scenario. Narski, I mean, you're staring a 4-1 lead in the face right now, and Phantoms, I mean, he is stuck between every single player. Destro Gaming cleans up house and now takes a 4-1 lead here on Invasion S&D. We talked about the defensive success rate on most teams with this map, but I mean, they are finding every success here for Destro Gaming. Offense, defense, doesn't matter. 4-1 lead and a domination here in map number 2.
I mean, 1 around from match point. It's going to be another attack from Destro. This could be at least a round back for Speedy White Men. Maybe you start to see a turn of the tides. Some momentum shifting. We're going to see here as we see a very heavy stack towards the A site from Speedy White Men. Maybe even trying to make a read, but I don't think it's going to quite pay off. And some nades actually over top going to find Conwa. So now you're down to player. It's the 3 versus 4. No one towards the B site. They're making a mad dash towards it. Destro Gaming still struggling to pull the trigger a little bit due to careful on this power position. But you've got number 8 as well. Deep in that street. Could make a strat. Could make a route. And this is a very awkward position for Speedy White Men.
Yeah, they're just so spread out. They have this backline, but pushed so deep into their spawn. I mean, if Delo is able to get the information that the A side is completely open, they may start to rotate this bomb, and it's exactly what you're seeing. You do have Choco alongside that A street. Now these players starting to kind of work into these power positions, trying to hold their lanes, but it's as you said, this is just an awkward position. You have absolutely zero map control to do anything with right now, and Destro Gaming, they are going to work this bomb onto the A site. Choco may be the one to be able to make a play, just sneaking and crawling right up onto the site, but it's gonna be 2 kills that come through. Phantom's last one up, the last one to drop, and Destro Gaming is absolutely undeniable in the S&D. 5-1 up, and Delo having himself a game.
Yeah, I mean, Destro so far, Delo in particular, but Destro as a team, just playing so well. Another offense under their belt. This could be a 6-1. We are looking at a very dominant search and destroy. You come into the control. Speedy White Men, I know for a fact, are very good on control, but whether or not they're going to play that well, going down 2-0 in a series, is left to be up to that map. But Destro looking to still make it there. And I must say, as well, you know, if there is a reality, you know, we go to the control and Speedy White Men win it, then you go to a hard point. Very winnable for Speedy White Men. Maybe the search and destroy. You favor Destro, but still, this could definitely still go the distance, even though it's a 2-0 so far for Destro. Careful, able to get the first blood. Sorry, not the first blood, but the second, and maybe even a third from Choco. As Delo is the last player left, he's going to try and make it happen. Not quite, and Speedy White Men finally get a round back, and also an attacking round for themselves.
Yeah, it's been a little bit since you were able to get around, but you stopped the bleeding here a little bit, but this is still a tall mountain to climb. It's going to have to be perfect S&D played from the side of the Speedy White Man, but potentially a long map to go here. 5-2 the score line. I mean, I know we're kind of writing their obituary right now, kind of already looking to the next map, but I mean, Narski, I think it's just because of how well Destro Gaming has played in this S&D, and if this series does go the distance and we do go to that high rise, I mean, this could potentially be a little look-in, a little foreshadowing to what we could see between another S&D between these two teams.
Still, very difficult for Speedy White Men here. I mean, look, 5-2 up, Destro, match point. There is maybe some case to be made that yes, you could claw yourself back in it if you're Speedy White Men, just one round at a time, and it's going to be a very difficult position regardless. And I believe a streak's coming. Did someone have a streak, or am I
Yes.
tweaking? Okay, there we go.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
finally. It was a very long streak, or maybe my brain is just working in slow motion. But a lot of kills come back and forth. Stu and Adam Savage looking to take on Careful, Choco, and Conwa. Let's see.
Oh, enemy just walks right past them. You gotta check your corners. Choco gonna be able to find that kill, turns things into a 1v3 now for Stu. Just trying to play a ring around the rosy here, trying to be a nuisance, but will get shut down. And Speedy Whiteman find 2 rounds in a row. Now start to make things a little bit interesting. I wouldn't say they're necessarily back in it yet. Still a lot of S&D left to be played if they're able to bring this back. But for the moment, Speedy Whiteman starting to take a little bit of momentum back in their favor. And even if they're not able to close this out and win this, just taking a little bit of momentum into the next map could be huge for the mental. I mean, Narski, at least for me, and I don't know about you, but the last time I really felt like Speedy Whiteman was into the series was when they were up 200 to 130 in that map number 1. I mean, obviously after that gets outscored 120 to 30, and now obviously 5-1 in the S&D. Finally start to get your footing back, finally start to kind of put the pieces back together here, and at least build that confidence back up.
That's exactly right. I mean, you've got to do it round by round, brick by brick, green wall. I mean, they are donned in black and green, so, you know, maybe a little homage to Optic in a way, but I don't think they're quite, you know, the same nature as Speedy White Men. But regardless, you've got 3 to 5. You've done the hard work here to bring yourself back in, but still a lot of potential to claw yourself towards that finish line. Phantom's doing a great job there, opening things up with that first blood. Stu will fall. The problem is, it only takes 1 for Destro. They've done their hard work early on to this half. There is still that pressure consistently for Speedy White Men. This round's kicked off well. But still, you've got to try and get this bomb towards the B site, and they're not going to make it easy. Some util comes out. Dello able to find one on the cross. Phantoms will fall. The bomb finally starting to go down for Careful, but a 3 versus 3 post plant in effect for Speedy White Men and Conway, and it's a big trouble towards jail. They're going to try and open things up. Choco gets dropped, a 3 versus 2.
Dello just working his way up the street. You've got double players hitting from this back ice cream side. Both of these Speedy White players tucked away on point, just trying to find a way to find a kill. But Dello finds LeBron. Careful, the last one alive, able to find one, but still into the 1v2. Not going to be able to happen, and Destro Gaming puts the stamp on a dominant map 2 S&D and takes a 2-0 lead series in, Narski. Destro Gaming looking undeniable right now. Obviously, MVP star-studded rosters across the board, but Destro Gaming seemingly coming to play.
Yeah, they are ready to take down this Speedy White Men squad very easily, very quickly in this winners round 1. It is a very, very strong performance out of Destro, and a very impressive one at that. Invasion goes 6-3, 6-star, 250 to 293. Close, but a very nice win. Destro already creating a small upset here. I did not expect it to go like this, and yet here we are. Speedy White Man down, looking to try and win this control, but it is going to be so difficult if Destro keeps playing how they are. But regardless, we're going to kick things to a small little break as we get map 3 underway. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back with some more action. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. I'm kicked back, man. It's time for me to sleep, man. It's 10:30 a.m. I'm ready for bedtime, but regardless, we are here with our last match of the day for winners round 1, and we do have a losers match after this. Destro Gaming up 2-0 now in this series, looking good for the control. We do have an invasion coming up for the control. If it goes another map, we do have a Karachi hardpoint, and after that, a high-rise, search, and destroy. So, look, I mean, it's an interesting series. We're going to see it here. The control map number 3 is underway as we speak. Destro Gaming need this map to take the series, and this would be I would say, an upset for a 3-0 at least. And already, it's going to be Stewie with the first kill. Gallo coming in with the second.
Yeah, and it's early kills here for the side of Destro Gaming, working their way around the map, just holding these hills down. Speedy Whiteman not really able to find any sort of success, and you are already worried about getting trapped back in your spawn. You have Careful trying to work out these spawn trappers, but for the moment now, already under a minute left to find your way onto one of these 2 sites, and you cannot even make your way out of spawn. So dire situations now for the side of Speedy Whiteman. Destro Gaming here in full control.
Coming in, we've got very nice attack starting to develop, but nothing really getting underway here for this squad. You can see Stu trying to cut down some of these players, but a lot of lives dwindling for Speedy White Men. This is typically what we see on Invasion, but it's all about those ticks. An attack isn't impossible, and it is more likely in this current state of the game towards the end of MW3, but defense still a heavy favorite, but Careful, looking to hang on, looking to still be a threat for this squad, and he's still staying alive. Wow, able to find Stu, even one more. Wow, what the hell is Careful doing? My goodness, a streak for him, and he's continuing to try and lock in this A zone, and this is where Speedy White Men becomes scary. You've got the B zone underway, a single cap for Careful as he continues to cut down all of these players. He's still trying to stay alive. He's got a weird spot. It won't quite happen, but a tick and a half for the A zone. B zone gets capped off screen, and wow, what a turnaround for Speedy White Men. Never mind. I think he's unplugged his mic again. I don't know. I think he's more tired than me at this point. Are you back?
I'm about to lose full with the mic situations, but I mean, it's just because of Speedy Whiteman right now. I mean, running amok on the map, seemingly causing issues for everyone right now. And I mean, they're already on the A site here. Narski, 2 ticks already starting to lock their way in. You get one more push onto the hill, but not able to clear off the zone. Careful here, the man of the hour can't get the last one to line up. So it's only 2 ticks to come through, just under a minute left, but damage has been done here in this round.
Well, I mean, you've got a tick left for Speedy White Men. You've done a lot of hard work. You've got 45 seconds left. This could be very, very, very difficult if Speedy White Men do grab this first attack for Destro Gaming. This is one of those moments where you need to try and lock it in. You've got 1 zone to cap, 1 tick to grab. Speedy White Men do not want to fumble this attack. So far, a great attack. It's not the end of the world if you don't get the A zone. But still, would put you in a great position, especially with all that hard work that Careful put in early into the game. He does have the streak to use if he so is inclined. But not going to quite happen. Some kills fall for them, though. Careful continuing to still fry with this AR. Trophy system coming down. You see the swarm starting to come through, but you still have to deal with Dallo. Dallo and Stewie on the point. Now, Choco with a 2-piece, but I don't think it's enough. 3 seconds left. Phantoms gets dropped. Adam Savage with a 2-piece. Now Destro Gaming finally taking the round win, up 1-0, but a very, very difficult situation for Destro to really work with. 5 ticks, great attack, but not quite the win. Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, building a little bit of momentum up there after the first 2 maps would have been really nice to get that A zone captured and get that round in the back pocket. But as you said, it sets up a very tough situation for Destro Gaming, now kind of playing behind in the tick department. 5 ticks down, gonna have to find a way to either bounce back or perhaps even take this round. Destro Gaming does look like it to be a lot of pressure up through the mid area. Gonna send 2 to that B site, 1 up in the AS&D already, actually pushing into Cafe, and already gonna be able to find a kill there is Adam Savage. 1-for-1 trades happening around the map. 2 players starting to work onto that B zone, and Adam Savage continues to find kills through the mid area of the map.
Big shots coming out. Conwa able to find Dello. Now you see the B zone underway, looking like it's already going to be capped. Typical invasion break off. Get the B zone, now work and chip away at that A zone. A safe but smart approach for Destro now as they try and come through the back. This is MW3. The end of it, we know exactly how this map is played. Every single team seems to love invasion control, and we see it all the time. So we're going to see it yet again as Adam Savage tries to push towards the A zone, towards bus stop. Maybe we'll see Conway getting in some engagements. Choco from downrange. The lives just dwindling away.
26 to 25, still not a lot of action happening so far early here in this round. Still 1-for-1 trades ensuing, but Speedy Whiteman holding strong here, at least on the defensive side for now. As well as we talked about the tick advantage here. I mean, they've still got 2 ticks to play with here for Speedy Whiteman, so Destro Gaming has not done the brute of the work yet as LeBronwa starts to heat up here. 2-piece for him around through the backside and starting to work through those spawns, but for the moment, Speedy Whiteman has just absolutely slowed the entire game down. Destro Gaming just trying to find a way, trying to find a couple of routes through invasion. But as Asnarski talked about, I mean everyone, and I mean almost everyone at this point knows how this map is played.
Yeah, this is a very stock standard. Now the spawn trap's starting to come in as well. Going to be very difficult. Stewie able to get a nice long range kill. It's actually going to be trying to switch all their players towards this A zone now as Dallo does get himself on, and the rest of these players come up the street. Stewie trying to play his life just on this concrete block here, but that's already the first tick there, all single capped from Dallo. He does get taken care of, but I mean, that's still a lot of progress gained for Destro Gaming. Stoling the clock, not only that, but also grabbing a tick and trying to set yourself up for a round 5 defense potentially.
Yeah, and everyone, though, for Destro Gaming, it will drop, so you spawn over towards that B side and have to work your way down through the B street and try to funnel your way around the flank into this, but only 40 seconds left. You don't have a lot of time to do a really kind of methodical push here, as well as Chaco on this B street shooting beams down it, and now, if you're on the side of Destro Gaming, that clock's starting to become a factor in the back of your head. Destro will be able to find one there with the explosion from Dello, but still, clock winding down. You gotta find a way through. Now for the Stu, gonna be able to get taken down. LeBron as well, going to find one. Phantoms and LeBron combined for 2, 16 seconds left, trying to find your way in. Dello will shut down one, but careful with the trade across map. Now Phantoms with the second, and that should be the round. No one from Destro Gaming really close enough to make any noise. 5 seconds and 4 ticking away. We will see Speedy Whiteman get back on the board here, knot things up at 1 apiece, and as well, they will have that tick advantage heading into the next round.
1-1. Very nice round from Speedy Whiteman, stopping that attack, still with the tick advantage. But Destro, at least getting that tick on there, makes it a little bit more doable for him for that round 5 defense. Could potentially be a very awkward situation going into the end of this control, but so far, it's going to be the stock standard. Play for that round 5, get as many ticks as you can on attack, and get that defense and lock it in. We'll see, though. It seems like a very awkward situation if you are the side of Destro Gaming, because you know you want to end this in a 3-0, but as soon as you give up this control, you're going into a hard point that's going to be very tough to beat, and you don't want to take this to a map 5 on the off chance that Speedy Whiteman come out with a very solid search and destroy. So this is almost as important as of a map as Speedy Whiteman here, because this could really be devastating for Destro.
No, absolutely. I mean, it gets Speedy Whiteman right back into the series and back into that game mode, which they favor. Now starting to work here onto the B zone. Stewie, quick chow out, 1-for-1 trade, and Speedy Whiteman will take control once again. No one able to really hop into the hill just yet, but as they do, the time pauses, starting to be accrued here onto the B side. And Destro Gaming has got to find a way to find in this break, but still, it's just trades happening around the map. Not really a solid push for Destro Gaming to be able to take this hill back. And now the second tick starting to be pushed through, and as well for Destro Gaming, you're starting to have players start dropping all around, and now with that second tick came through, it's looking to be 1:40 on the clock if they can get the rest of this held in, and Speedy Whiteman now with a very strong case to potentially steal an offense away, as well as we already saw the success they had there in that round 1.
Getting in that B zone lock, very big, able to get at least some pressure there. Spend that time, work away at the lives, and Careful has been a player that has been shooting today with this AR. making so many big plays, so many high impact kills. And coming through, Choco able to find Stewie. You can see it's just so hard for any team to get into this A zone. You've got to take care of so many situations, and then not only that, once you get the wave clear, the wave spawns right back there, super close. So that's the deal and the struggle that you have with invasion control. Speedy One Men though, still looking to try and press the attack, maybe dwindle some of these lives. You've got a minute left on the clock. How do you respond?
All slow on the map for the moment. Stu able to take out Phantoms, but a trade happens from Choco, so you're going to be able to at least open the hill up a little bit. Stewie's still kicking around in Cafe. You get him dealt with, but it's still the trades from Destro Gaming, just putting themselves in good positions. Brahma able to win a 1v1 towards the back. You're able to sneak onto the hill now if you're the Speedy White Men. Contested and cleared out quickly from Destro. Still back and forth we go. Almost dead even on lives, but all of a sudden the kill feed lights up green. Phantoms able to find the two-piece, but Dello still here, still looking to kick and still looking to fight, able to take two with him to the grave as LeBron was still here looking to do damage. But for the moment, Speedy Whiteman can just not get a collective 4-hit to this hill. Just staggered kills, trades around the map, and now the clock starts to become a factor, but dead even on lives, and those are going to start to become a factor here soon for Destro Gaming. Now almost down to no respawns remaining, 7 playing 4.
This is all going to be up to Stu here. He needs to try and stump this attack. He's got 2 plays to deal with, though. It's going to be Conwa now on the zone, trying to get things done. Careful, trying to get the help. Stu getting some shots in, but Choco still a threat. Choco still getting 2, maybe even another. Wow. All of Destro fall, and Speedy White Men with an attacking round, able to find this control. My goodness, what a play.
What a round. From the side of Speedy White Men, we were talking about the first team that could really break open into an offensive round, could potentially steal this one away. There was a lot of success there. 5 ticks from the offensive side of Speedy White Men in the first round, just weren't quite able to push it over. This one, they use the gunny and they do it on lives. 2-1 lead in the more favorable side, a position to take this map away, gain some momentum, and extend this series. And Narski, a point you touched on earlier, the mental game now from Destro, heading back into a hard point potentially against this team, could not be what you're looking for.
Defense now for Destro. And we've got 2 zones coming in on the A. So it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough now for Speedy One Men, but they do at least clear them out. They need this attacking round if you're Destro. I like the attempt. Go for that A zone early. Try and catch Speedy White Men off guard. But regardless, you've still got a lot of work to do. Destro Gaming might fall here on the control. Speedy White Men might give them another chance in this. And all things considered, I mean, it's going to be a very difficult situation for Speedy White Men if they get that A zone. But so far, they're holding on. They're able to get the clears. And they're doing a good job of it.
Yeah, and now you're going to find 2 more kills in the feed as well. So if we're Destro Gaming, now going to elect to hit through this dark side. 1-for-1 trade happens. Phantom's the next man up, next man to fall. You still have LeBron kicking in top third. He's not going to really be able to find anything here. Now has to force the issue. The nade and the MCW going to be good for 2. And all of a sudden, streak being invested. Speedy Whiteman looking to take the chokehold. Hits one in back ice cream. Now around through the flank. 27 seconds left. You've got to find a way onto the point, and Stewie absolutely cleans house. The 3-piece is good, and now finding yourself on, but a wall bang from Careful. Absolute scenes here late year in Modern Warfare 3. Still in pulling out new tricks, but Destro Gaming still fighting, still on this hill.
Still trying to hang on, still trying to fight tooth and nail to get themselves in, but it's all going to be over here shortly if they can't find any sort of success. Now you can start to see the A and the B zone under attack. Wow, now the resources have to be split. You have to get both teams on. They sent them towards A, but there's not enough. B is the last tick left. Destro might even be able to hang on here for one more round. A minute left on the clock, 8 lives left, though the lives could be a problem as they try and work towards the back and they try and get themselves towards the B zone. Going to be very, very difficult now for a Speedy White Man to try and stop this B zone at all. They need to focus on the lives. They trade out those Stu and Stewie a piece, able to find a kill, but there's a pinstripe kill feed. Careful, continuing to do what he does best and stay alive, getting those kills. There's one more left. Stewie in, he's on on a 4 streak. They get onto the B zone. Now it's all up to Speedy White Men to try and make a mad dash. Conwa trying to come in. It's all nades. It's all everyone. The contest is good, but I don't know if it's enough. They clear it out, and Destro stay in for one more round with a 6-tick attack. That might have actually gotten them defense, and this might be an upset.
I mean, everything's starting to flip on its head here. Destro by the skin of their teeth, and the shots of Adam Savage and Stewie absolutely cleaning house time and time again there on that B zone. Finally able to break on in. I mean, you talk about the back and forth. We see Stewie with an incredible 3-piece to break in, then Careful hitting the wall bangs through the top broken area. Everything back and forth and down to the wire. You can tell how bad both of these teams want this, and Destro Gaming, as you said, has now secured themselves a last round defense here on Invasion Control.
I mean, they have the defense. Speedy White Men in a very awkward position now. They go for the B hit. They're able to get it pretty quickly. Nice little wave clear. They might be in a good position. It's not looking like Speedy White Men can grab at least too much more value here. They've only got one player on. They're trying to go for the spawn kill, maybe get some of these kills. I don't hate it. I don't hate the strat, but they're wasting a lot of time on this B zone now.
Yeah, and I mean, already second tick already being worked on here. 121 left on the clock, but you are going to have Destro Gaming able to clear that off, and that's not the second tick to come through, so you're only able to secure 1 tick off of that. You waste over a minute on the clock. Destro Gaming is down 4 lives, but you look at where they're at right now, still just clearing people out of the backside, and nothing really solidified here for Speedy White Men to hang their hat on early. Now just under a minute remaining, only separated by 3 lives. You do have LeBronwa still running amok in your spawn, but with none of your teammates able to find kills at any other point, almost rendered useless on the map right now.
Trying to get so many of these picks. You're trying to get these kills, but I don't know if it was worth it. You don't have a lot of time, and there's not a lot of progress gained. Only 1 tick on the B zone. They're trying to get over towards A, but now Stu can just load up this crossfire. He's only able to find 1. You're still going to deal with Conway in the back. He gets dealt with. So now there's 1 player left. It's going to be Choco on this A zone. And Dello looking to try and find that trade, which he does. B still yet to be tapped. 30 seconds left on the clock. They still have that streak in the back pocket as well from Careful if they're so to use it. But Destro could clean things up here. 20 seconds left. They clear out this B zone. It could be all but over now for the side of Speedy White Men in this winner's round. They are trying to find, but what an aid over the top. Wow. LeBron, wow, and Careful. Conway and Careful able to drop. Choco still trying to press the attack, but I don't know if it's going to quite be enough. He's the last one there. 15 seconds left. They're doing everything to try and send Speedy White Men down to losers right here, right now.
Stu, last one up on the hill, though. He will drop, so Speedy White Men with 9.1 seconds able to find themselves onto the hill, but it's still stuns, nades, everything being thrown at this right now. 3rd tick almost being secured. Dello, 1 last push in, but I don't think they're going to be able to stop this. 1 late contest, but it will be the B zone into your pocket. Minute on the clock. It's going to be just seconds to fight for, but this life advantage only 12 to 11. And it might come down to the kills once again. Slow on the map, at least for the moment. Waiting on the chaos to ensue. Stewie from around going to be able to get taken down there, but Dello as well for the trade. Phantom's able to take out Dello, and now for the Speedy White Men, you find 2 dead, but Destro Gaming going to be able to throw the reinforcements right back, so the map control not exactly the position like for it as well. Dello and Dello, as Adam Savage and Dello going to be able to combine for 2. 9 to 8, 8 to 8, and as I said, 30 seconds left on the clock, and this could come straight down to kills.
And if it comes down to kills, you're going to be in a bit of trouble if you're Speedy White Men. It seems to be dropping in the favor of Destro. 20 seconds left. The hammer's being dropped. Not going to find anything.
Oh, no.
Some information gained, but that's going to be a very dangerous cruise to be able to drop. Phantoms, though, able to find 1. He's in a massive position. 10 seconds left. Trophy system coming out. 9 seconds on the clock. Destro trying to hang on for dear life. I don't know if it's enough. 5v5. They're trying to send Speedy White Men off of this A zone, but it is chaos. It is all down to these lives. No respawns remaining. The tick now starting to be a pressure. They're trying to break in. You see Phantoms and Choco trying to play the close angles. They get one. Phantoms trying to get the second. Not enough. 4 seconds left. They're trying to get the kills, but Dello is in. Careful now. 1 versus 3. Not enough. Destro sends Speedy White Men packing down into the losers round. And that is a very dominant 3-0. Destro trying their absolute best to get things done. Not quite. Wow, what a performance out of Destro. What a performance out of Speedy White Men. Fortunately, SWM falling a little bit short.
Yeah, and I mean, Destro Gaming, I mean, they looked down in 2 of those respawn maps, down by over 70 points there in that map 1 6-star, and down 2-1 after losing an offensive round here on Invasion. They bring it back both times and are able to find a 3-0 sweep. Narski, I know we talked about looking at this one, going the distance. We had a few competitive maps, but Destro Gaming, you didn't necessarily call it an upset because of the talent on both sides, but I definitely think we expected at least Speedy Whiteman to be able to take a map off of this team. But for teams that are looking to play Destro Gaming throughout this winner's bracket and even the loser's bracket, if they so drop down, this is a dangerous Destro Gaming team on LAN right now, starting to hit their stride, and there's no better time to do it than the Lo6 Major 4.
I mean, wow, what a performance there from Destro. 3-0. A very close series, to say the least. We did predict that, but to be fair, I mean, I wasn't expecting a 3-0, even though it was close. It just really was one of those moments where Destro came out swinging and were just slightly better on the day. I mean, what can you do? What can you do when Destro is playing like that? I mean, Speedy One Man's a great team, but up against that Destro squad, it was a very, very tough match. You know, it is what it is. But that's going to be the winner's quarter for today. There is one more match up next. It's going to be a best of 3, I think. It's a losers round, so you'll be covering that with Red Roke, who'll be hopping in for me for that match because I am exhausted. But we do have an interview with Stewie. He is ready, so let's all welcome him to the desk. As you know, he just finished up with a big match. How we going, man? How we feeling after that? Wait, we've got no sound on our end.
Yeah.
Is that? I'm not sure if that's us or production or
Somebody
Stu.
help
Yeah, maybe sign language. What do we do here?
Yeah,
I don't know what the protocol is.
Yeah, great map.
Yeah, just put on a pretty smile, man.
I was about to say, yeah, just big kills out of Stewie there as we try to get this figured out. We're going to get all the interviews figured out for him. But, I mean, just back onto what Destro was able to do there. I mean, absolutely unstoppable. I mean, I don't think a lot of people expected a 3-0 in that series. I mean, it was supposed to be kind of a competitive one. We saw a lot of star-studded rosters coming into this, but Destro Gaming looked absolutely dominant. And Stewie is... We got the mic working quite yet? I think he's getting somebody.
Hello?
Oh, we can hear
there
you
we
now.
go. We're good.
There
We're good.
we go.
How's it going?
Locked in.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good, man. How you feeling after that one? I mean, look, it was a pretty close series in terms of, you know, the maps, but obviously it's a 3-0. What were you really expecting going into this? And, you know, what was the challenges that you really faced? Clearly it was very close, but you guys seemed to ice it out every single time. What was really the factor there?
Oh, man. So really, that team's just a bunch of grinders. We have no practice with this team, and this is our first real test as a team because we haven't been able to play before, and our pool was kind of speed ran our pool. But I think we're expecting to win pretty easy, 3-0, and then it just happened. I mean, we're just iced up. These guys broke down.
Yeah, 100%, bro, 100%. And going into this as well, like, is there anyone that you're gunning for now? You're coming into the later stages of the bracket. Is there anyone you want to verse? Is there any teams that you're kind of looking to go up head-to-head against?
Obviously, you want to play R-Cities or Omit because you got R-Cities and Paulex and you got Ryan and all them. So I think we're expecting to play them in the winners finals tomorrow, and I think it'll be a good one.
100%.
Yeah, And I just wanted to ask you, man, I mean, I don't know if it was just us in the casting booth or me personally, but I kind of felt like the series took a tipping point there. Map number 1, you guys came out a little bit flat there. I think it was almost a 70, 80 point lead. And all of the sudden, you guys outscored them 130 to 39 to end out that map. Yeah, I mean, just an absolute turnaround for you guys. You guys carry it into the S&D, obviously take that 5-1 lead. That's GG's there. I mean, talk about that turning point there in that map 1, because that just seemed to be the moment everyone kind of clicked in.
Really, like I think we sat for like 4 or 3 hours after our pool play because we had a bye first round, and then Conwa and them, or Speedy White Men, they had a winners round 1 match. They played the match, and we had to sit there and wait for 3 hours while they played. So they came in with their guns hot, we're a little iced, and once we just knocked the ice off mid-map, it was just over for them.
Yeah, I mean, absolute domination there. I mean, I got to ask as well, just before we let you get out of here, you've talked about who you want to face here. What's the expectation going into this, man? We're looking to go all the way here. How do we feel about the team heading into this winner's bracket?
Oh, we're feeling good. We're going to come back tomorrow, rejuvenized, ready to shoot, ready to go, and just run through this bracket.
I mean, that's absolutely got to be the word of the day with rejuvenized there. I like that one there. Stewie,
Yes,
great on the mic, great with the gunny. We'll be forward to looking and see you guys perform here in the winner's bracket and here at the Wrestleland. We appreciate you, brother.
All right, see ya. Thank you.
Absolutely. Destro Gaming, dominant 3-0 win over the Speedy White Men. No slouch in competition whatsoever. Heading into the winner's bracket and looking to take down this one. But listen, guys, we've still got some losers bracket action here on the docket, so don't go anywhere. We will say goodbye, at least to Mr. Narski, for today. He's been an absolute trooper in the booth and an absolute pleasure to cast with you. So quick shout out for the man Narski. But we're going to send it to a quick break, and when we come back, losers bracket action. Winner moves on, loser goes home here at the Lo6 Major 4.